Hello and welcome back to this week's vlog. This is my first proper week back for over 3 weeks now. Obviously my dad was on the cruise for 2 weeks. I've had a week off at Berwick, so I'm straight back into things. As you can see, I'm surrounded by everything. I just thought I'd show you this one, a Mercedes with a Renault engine in, with only 20,000 mile on, misfiring because there's an injector gone off. As you can see, A180 CDI, just chugging away. As you can hear, lift the cover up. There is your Renault engine. Should not be misfiring like that at this age and these miles. I'm having to just use the basic scan tool because our main one's doing an update, but there's the code there. Injector, open circuit, cylinder 3. Now what I am going to do is stick a fuel additive in and give it a good drive, because this old gentleman's had this car sitting for about nearly 2 years now, hardly using it whatsoever. So I think what it needs is a good dose of strong fuel additive through in a good drive, because sometimes injectors don't actually just popping into the car here, don't actually break altogether through wear. They can stick. Funny enough, weird thing was that caddy over there is a school van, a disability vehicle, and I had this on one of the other videos. That had an injector fault. It was misfiring worse than this. Dose a good fuel injector in, additive in, give it a good run, and it's been fine ever since, touch wood. So I'm going to leave this here. That's all I'm doing with this one today. Just simply doing the scan. I'm going to wipe the code, put an additive in, and then when he comes, if it doesn't go off, it'll have to go to an injector specialist. I'm not even getting involved with changing and coding injectors in. So yeah, I'll leave that there. I just want to quickly do this because the old gentleman's coming back very soon, and I'll show you what else is in. Right, that's that Mercedes A-Class away for a run to see, but I'm doubtful with that one. We're putting an additive in. I think it's probably going to need the third injector done on it. Like I said, we don't get involved with them. Just too much hassle. I mean, on that, with the miles it's done, it'll come out no problem, but we just send them away to the diesel specialists. So I've got this to check over. I'm not going to really record this one because we've already seen this a couple of months ago. It's the school van. I don't know if you've actually seen on my... it's strange, I've just been to Berwick in the caravan. I have got a video to upload of that, so that may already be done by the time this is done or not, I don't know. But the guy who I was next to for the whole week, he brought this in this morning. It's strange, really. First day back to work, and I've just seen the guy I've spent more or less the whole week as a neighbour to. But this is just a school bus. It's interesting for a safety check because obviously it's like a disability vehicle. It's got the ramp that goes down at the back. I've already shown you all this. There's the ramp. This is, again, weirdly, had exactly the same fault. It had a dodgy injector. It's got hardly any miles on. Put some additive in, give it a good blast, and it's been fine ever since. So yeah, this is just in for a safety check. Like I said, they use these to carriage disabled children around. So again, it's something they like to have done regular, which is why I say don't always rely on an MOT. An MOT is only good from the minute you leave the MOT station. If you want your car to be 100% safe, get regular. I would say 3 to 4 monthly, or even just get them done every 6 months. Just get a safety check done at your local garage. It shouldn't cost much more than 20-30 quid, depending on how thorough you want it to be, to the point of taking under trays off and wheels off and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just what that's in for. So I'm not going to record it. There's nothing really to do. And on to what I've got in here, CRV. These are strange now. These are getting to an age where I remember going with my dad to buy one of these brand spanking new in 2008, 08 plate. And I must admit, I think they've aged really well. I really do. I would have one, especially the diesel ones. Petrol ones are a bit thirsty. I still prefer this shape. This one's looking a bit hard up on the lights and that now, but a nice spec one of these, I would still have one. I still think they're a nice looking car, but unfortunately value has just gone crazy at the minute. So yeah, it's your typical 2.2 Honda diesel, but nicely without a DBF, as you can see up there. But it's really, really low reading. It's a bit like my Leon. That's incredibly low. That's only like 0.2 off being a DBF. But they've just got a straightforward cat on. No fancy electronics on them. And you've got your standard dual clutch rear diff, which is quite important on these. Every, I would say, 2 years, get them up on the lift. put it into gear, let the wheels run for at least 20 minutes to get it activated, drop the oil out, put new in, do the same, drop it out again, do it again. It's like 2 flushes you've got to do using genuine Honda fluid on them, because that's really the Achilles heel with these. Clutches are quite weak on them. But yeah, this is just in for MOT and a service. One of the worst cars ever, along with the Civic, to change a fuel filter on, but luckily that's not needed that today. Oil filter's lovely and easy, so is the air filter. The fuel filter is buried down there, even worse on the Civic. And something, if you're ever buying one of these, a Civic or a CRV, I think the Accord is nearly as bad. Always find out when the last fuel filter was changed. I've had 10-year-old plus ones of these coming in with the original fuel filters on, which knacks the injectors, doesn't do the fuel pump any good. So there's some little bit of advice. Got the Swift in. This has got a leaky fuel filler spout. Very common on these. We've done quite a few of them, as you can see, to the point where they couldn't even put fuel into it. No, we haven't done that. Obviously, there's been a little bit more damage done removing it, but that's how bad they get. Why on earth they don't use plastic is beyond me, or coat them better, again, is beyond me. And why Suzuki haven't redesigned them to be plastic for the replacement, again, beyond me, don't know. But always, you can get aftermarket ones of these, but they're rubbish. We've used a genuine Suzuki one. Well, they've supplied it. As you can see, we've got to take the inner liner out, but there it is. And we've just given it a coat of clear grease just to help it. It'll probably outlast the car, to be honest. But that's it back on. The hose clips, Jubilee clips, whatever you wish to call them, always fall to bits. So if you're doing it yourself, make sure you've got a replacement, because you will have to either cut it off or struggle on to try and get it off without damaging the rubber pipe. So I've just got to put the inner liner back on, and that's this one done. But this is a genuine part, and the guy come to me, now this is a top tip to use, the guy come to me and he says, how much from Suzuki? I says, I'll tell you now, it'll be expensive. I think, argument's sake, it was £160, £200. And he said, oh, somewhere on eBay in your local area selling them, in the local area, Suzuki garage, selling them for 120. I said, if you can get an original equipment Suzuki one for 120, I said, hit the buy now button immediately and buy it. I said, I'll have no problem fitting that for you. And he did, and he asked them, like, he rang them up, and this is, no sir, if you want to buy it over the phone, it'll be 160, 200 quid, whatever. So if you go online and hit the buy now, I think it was on eBay, he says it'll be, I think it was even less than 120, and he did. But he wanted to ring up. I says, just give them the reg and make sure that it's 100% the right part before you order it, which it was. And he ordered, happy days, so he saved his seller a canny bit of money there and getting a genuine part. And to be honest, with main dealers with us, it's more of a hassle, because we've got to like ring them up. They either don't deliver, or when they do deliver, it's just easier if they supply parts like that. So yeah, that's that done. You seen that BMW in, maybe, in the video that I did at the beginning when the Mercedes was there? 1600, I think they call them a 118 or a 120 or something now, even though they're 1.6. They burn oil. They use the Prince sitting a Peugeot engine in, and she's coming into the garage now all the time. She's got oil in the back of her car, which she doesn't know how to go put it in. And honestly, she is driving relative distance, but I'm not joking. The amount of oil that car's drinking isn't good. And I do a few other vehicles with that engine in, and the amount them engines drink oil. The 1.6, I don't know what Peugeot and Citroen call it, but in BMW, that in the Minis, all that, so just be very careful. They do like to drink oil, and regularly check the oil as well. Don't rely on the digital gauge. So I'll leave that here for today. I don't think there's anything else of interest coming in. If there is, I'll do it. But I'm going to keep them now as weekly vlogs rather than daily vlogs. It's just so much easier for me to do. I have got the car show one, which I hope you've enjoyed. It's Malton Way. I've got another one to upload on the Furious Driving one, and I've got me holiday one to upload for you. So there is a lot of content coming, and I'll keep this weekly vlog going. So I'll catch you, well, it'll be on, what is it, they choose to be on Wednesday. Hello and welcome to Wednesday's vlog. This is only going to be a quick one because we're busy and I need to go and pick another car up. There is going to be another one coming in, but it's just a tatty old Honda Jazz for front discs and pads. Nothing interesting on that one. I might just quickly flick in and just show you because they're on a bit of a state. But it's only in a state because the old fella literally uses it a couple of times a month. So it's not that it's been abused or whatever. But if they're really bad, I'll show you. I'll just do a quick video. But what we've had in today this Prius. You've already seen us do work on this before. This has just been for MOT, pretty straightforward. A rear bulb but needed, bar that, sailed straight through the test, no problems at all. So that's that. Unfortunately, my car, which I'm not going to put, I'll put this quickly into the vlog, but basically some idiot on this has fitted Cupra R caliper. This is the Cupra caliper, which is a standard size one. And the Cupra R's got vented discs. This is in a vlog separately for this. A Cupra R's got vented discs, so the discs are like this thick. So they fitted a Cupra R caliper for vented discs. The caliper, the piston's practically all the way pushed out when there's new pads on there. So once those pads wear down, that piston would actually start leaking and potentially have brake failure. So another cowboy mechanic job done there by them. Surely they would have noticed, but who knows. But there's another problem. I've got a new caliper sat here, and there's little springs that sit on the back of them. And you usually get like the sealing rings. So there's the brand new one. As you can see, it's a reconditioned one, but a genuine Volkswagen Audi one. But the spring clip on the back's missing. And also, you're meant to get a little kit with rubber boots and little copper sealing rings, and they're just not there. And you ring the part suppliers up and they're like, oh, the picture doesn't show that. It's like, well, a picture's just a generic image. So luckily, I've got the springs, the return springs. I bought them ages ago. These little things here and there. So they're not too bad, but I'm just waiting on another one coming on another van to see if it's got the kit. If it doesn't, then we'll just have to make do with what we've got. But when you're paying 50, 60, 70 quid for these, it's annoying that the fact that the kits are being missed. And what it is, people are ordering them, realising they're wrong, either nicking the springs and the clips out them, because from Volkswagen and stuff, you've actually got to buy a whole caliper to get a spring, a return spring. So that's that anyways. And we're on with this Fiesta, the rear bushes. I think I've done a video on this before. Really common on these rear axle bushes go. In fact, they do on these. The kit that we use is actually for the Volkswagens, and it works perfectly if you use the old like guides on them. And that's like an old VW Audi one, and it works just as good. But with these, you've got to drop the axle down. These mounts have got to come off the body and use that kit to push the bushes out, which I'll just show you. We've actually been using genuine Ford bushes on these for a long time. And I said, oh, I wonder if they're doing the Lemforder ones yet. And they are. They're doing the Lemforder, which I tell you is genuine. But I just wanted to show you this, just to prove my point. So they look totally the same as the ones that are in the car. And can you see where that's been ground off there? That is actually where the Ford logo would have been. And if you look there, that is a genuine Ford part number on it. 8V5. If anybody knows Fords, you'll know that's a genuine Ford number. So basically, you're getting a genuine Ford part for a fraction of the price. So there you go. Like I say, when you're using stuff on these, order TRW and Lemforder, and that is what you'll get, exactly the same as what you get from the dealers. So we're going to push them out on there. Like I said, they're dropped down from the body. Get the new ones pushed in. As you can see, that one's dropped down to there, as you can see there. And the insides of these, see how that's all come away? And they start rattling, and I mean, if I get my fingers to the other side, you can actually move it. You shouldn't be able to move that. And that's really, really common on most Fiestas, to be quite honest, from 2002 to current date. But they're not a bad job. So, you know, that's what makes you money, I suppose. It's decent jobs like that over the really bad ones on the older ones where everything's seized and you can't get stuff off. So that's that. The dogs decide to take himself out the back. Find him. He's nicked off somewhere up here. Let's see if we can find him. There he is, hiding. What you doing? Eh? He's sneaked off. He's just been having his bait. So I'll leave that one there. I've got to go across the Morpeth now, pick up the Honda Jazz, bring it back here, and we've got the front discs and pads. If I find anything remotely interesting, I'll just put a quick snippet in of that one. If not, I'll catch you on tomorrow's vlog, on Thursday's vlog. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Quick update on Wednesday's vlog. Few bits have come for the Seat. Genuine Lemforder steering rack gator, and like I said, what I'm getting is a tie rod and a track rod is one, which has actually worked out really cheap. All genuine parts. But while we're on the subject of Lemforder, I'm not getting too much into my car because I'm doing a separate vlog on that. But I just wanted to show you what I was talking about with the bushes, which you've seen on the previous video. Now, these are the knackered ones. As you can see, it is just totally knacked, this bush. And this one is not far behind. But you know when I showed you before on the ones, obviously I can't show you them because on the car now, where it was grinded off, there's your Ford Motor Company, and there's exactly the same part numbers. So you're getting genuine Ford parts for a fraction of the price. So they're done. Back on to what I'm on about parts. You've just seen what I mentioned about my car on here, about the caliper. So, you know, you pay all this good money for a part. I've had to order another brand new caliper in and then return it to get these. Wait, I've had to return the one without the thingy because they didn't have these in. You need these two copper. If you don't have these two copper seals, and I don't have anything like that in the cabinet, you're knackered. So why on earth you're paying good money for these items and they're not sending you? And they still haven't got the spring on the back, but luckily I've got two new ones. Bit peed off with that. That's set everything back today. So that's ready to be changed over now. So I'd show you this Jazz. Old fella driving round in it. Hasn't been used much in fairness. But look at the state of these. And as you can see with this Jazz, they're the discs. I'm not going to film recording them, but you can see, just with standing, they're getting in a hell of a state. It just shows you how bad the things deteriorate when they don't get used. And when I drove this car back across, it started to rain, as it's been torrential showers today. Have a look at this. You cannot see, you might not be able to see that on camera, but the blade is actually hanging off completely on this side, and on this side it's only, I mean, I don't think you can see how much you can't see with the reflection, but you cannot see a thing when you're driving. The blade's totally detached on that side and it's obviously hanging off there. Now it doesn't make us laugh, it's quite bad. You know, these are 80-90-year-old drivers driving around. They probably can't see very well to start with. Wouldn't you not just think he would make the phone call just to say, my wipers are due replacement, can you change them? He was more concerned, honestly, there was a bit of corrosion on the boot. Somebody's done some kind of repair to. There was a little mark, a little like rust patch along here, doing no harm to nothing. The car's not in the best of state, but he had to spend his time to do that. In having wipers like this. Now, my first priority would have been to get the wipers sorted, naturally. So they're on order. We'll get the front discs done. I'm still, like I said, sick of having to wait around with things on my car. We'll get that sorted and off the lift. So I'll leave it there. Catch you on Thursday's vlog. Welcome back to Thursday's vlog. Thought I'd just do a quick walk around about what's going on here. So we've got this Mercedes in. Sorry, the grass cutter had to start the minute I've started videoing. It's never been on all morning. The minute I start recording, it starts. So we've got this Mercedes CLA in for all the brakes. It's got an ABS sensor fault. You'll recognise this from the other day. It had the new springs. So it's had the new front discs and pads, cross-drilled, vented ones. And obviously the Padgett pads. We've also had that transit in for rear pads. Obviously with that, it's just simple, I didn't bother recording it. But they look quite nice there now. Nice brand new Padgett, cross-drilled discs. We've got Lee as well in, the key expert. He's busy programming a new key. I'm not going to show what he does or what equipment it uses because that's none of my business. But I recommend him, Key Services. I will get his details and leave a link below. If anybody needs their car keys sorted, see this guy. But that's all plugged in, getting a new replacement key done. And we will be putting this Vito up on a lift and giving it a once-over. And with this, obviously, it's got rear discs and pads that'll be getting done. But it has got an ABS fault. So I've got the sensor out, which is here. I'm waiting for the new one to come from Mercedes because I will only fit ATE, which is Mercedes. And the plug is right up here, which I've got unplugged, which you've got to pull all this back. So we've got the rear discs and pads to go on once the sensor's done. And hopefully that'll be everything done on this car. Just to show you, they were the state of the old discs. All the cross drills were nearly flush. They've all totally worn out, as you can see. In a hell of a state, them. So I'll come back to you when the back brakes are done. Quick video to end Thursday's vlog. Things have gone crazy here as per usual, so we'll show you what's been going on. So the Vito, Lee sorted the key on that. It's got a nice brand new key which I can't show you because it's in the van. Nice up-to-date modern chrome style, like stubby key these have. So that's that done. If anybody needs any key services, just let us know and I'll get you his details. In fact, That's his details right there. If anybody wants to make a note of that, I highly recommend this guy. Obviously, he's around the northeast area, so, you know, he won't travel down to London or nothing like that. But there's his details. So, this is just in for a check for a clunk on the front right-hand side. We're having a look around. There's like a new strut on there. We've just noticed there's a brake pipe out of its hose. Like I've mentioned, this is the guy who I got the Vivaro van, the minibus, and me Leon off. I said I would check it over for him. I said I had a good contact for the key, and we're going to give this just a once-over underneath to see if there's anything, mainly on this side, which would cause a clunking noise. Mercedes, this is done. As I've mentioned, new front discs and pads, nice cross-drilled ones on there as standard. And I'll show you the other side because the wheel's still off. New rear ones, I need to give that a wipe off because I've just finished. Had it onto the diagnostic equipment because these are electronic calipers with the motor on. Very, very expensive. They've been wound back properly with the machine. And like I've mentioned, the dashboard was lit up like a Christmas tree. And we fitted a brand new ABS sensor, which you probably can't see up there. The most you'll be able to see of it is just that shiny wire back there, which goes up into here. And this is why I had all this inner liner pulled off. As you know, I don't deal with rubbish. I only got so it's an original Mercedes part. The badge will be there somewhere. There. So that's the new ABS sensor being put on. So happy days. Fingers crossed. I need to drive it first just to see. But up to now, all the lights are off and everything's functioning as it is. I'll sharp know when I get it out of there and pull out the junction, see if the lights still come on. But why can't I not do that? This will be part of a separate vlog probably. So yeah, that's that. But these Mark IV Golfs / Seat Leon are a right pain in the arse for bleeding the brakes. Fitted the rear caliper, and I remember from a few years ago when I had bother with one of these, they were a nightmare to get the last piece of air out the system. So obviously this is blocking that, so I can't get that off the lift because of this. And we had something on here earlier, so not good. We're trying the old school easy bleeder. I have got a more up-to-date one here, but I'm not really that keen of it. So all fun and games. Tomorrow's Friday, which is really busy, and I need to be down to Middlesbrough in that on Saturday morning, first thing, so I need it done. But typically, anything that's mine is awkward. So I'll leave the video here, and like I said, I need to just test drive this. Hopefully this is all sorted out for the guy, and I'll catch you on tomorrow's vlog on Friday, and give you a brief update on that, and then we'll end it there, and I'll edit that up over the weekend. So I'll catch you soon. Hello and welcome back to Friday's vlog. This will be it for the week, so I'll go through what's been done. I've actually missed out a lot of stuff on the Leon, Project Leon, which I've added into this week, so I may as well put this piece in, because I didn't get time last night to film it. So, like I mentioned yesterday, we're having problems with the brakes on this, and I remember back to when I was 17, I had a borer, and believe it or not, we haven't changed many calipers on the Mark IV Golf, this like platform. So, with this, I forgot there was two bleed nipples on the master cylinders on these, and we tried every which way. It wasn't playing game, and we got the master cylinder with the old-fashioned. I've just put it away. We've got an old-fashioned bleeder which work on these, which are over 20 years old. These were released in 1998. Believe it or not, the same as these Mark IV Astras. It's scary how much time's gone. I still look at these and think they're a new car, and the first ones of these were introduced on an R or an R-Reg, same with the Mark IV Golf and the Leon and all the rest of it on that platform. So we got that done. There was a load of air in the master cylinder. Now the brake is better than it ever has been. So that's all sorted, thankfully, because I'm away at 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So I hope they're going to be okay. So that's done. The guy also dropped some under trays that had come off, which I fitted last night. I didn't get time to film that. So that's done. So I'll just show you. We've got a there's meant to be a van in to be checked over, which hasn't turned up. That's not the end of the world. I've got a Micra in after dinner to be checked for a broken spring or something, and that's booked in a week today, like next Friday. I just need to know what's wrong to order the parts. There was something else. There's been a Volvo in to check some, I think, a warp discs on it, and there was something else, I can't remember. That's coming in this afternoon to be just to be checked. But what we have got in is this Astra. 2 litre diesel, automatic. It's been in for full service. I just thought I'd show you. I'll go and grab it. Been in for a service. That's, believe it or not, the fuel filter, not the oil filter. They do get quite mucky on these. They're a nice, easy job to do. So it's had oil and filter, air filter and fuel filter done. And it's also had rear springs. We've done the pair Kayaba ones. Nice setup, these newer shape. What are these? I even lose track myself. Astra J's. So they've got the nice Kayaba coil springs on, but they're upgraded ones. Because if you look at how thick the bottoms of them are, they're really like thick gauge steel, the same as the centre of the coils, where these are the older style ones with a really tight, thin little coils, pigtails they call them. Bit of a stupid idea, because for 25 plus years Vauxhall have known this has been an issue, so why they carry on using what our class as outdated design is beyond me. But I had to have the pair done on these, because if you don't change them in pairs, they don't sit level, because they're what you call modified, so you got to do them in pairs. So they've been done. Bar that, it's got new tyres, it's in pretty good nick. Nice, these Astra. I was just saying they didn't use that Fiat engine in them. Otherwise, I would definitely have one myself. You can get these still with the, like my partner's Astra, the 1700 Isuzu engines in them. But, unfortunately, like everything else, they've been highly modified to have a DPF. In them engines, like the PDs in these, they did not like the DPFs. They finished them off, they ruined them. So, unfortunately, they do a Fiat 1.3 engine diesel in them, which is horrible. So, unfortunately, nice cars, nice style, actually an alright car to work on, but I couldn't ever bring myself to having these 2 litre Fiat engines because of the little ring inside the sump which goes, and again, the automatics are lovely on these. The drive lovely. It's just a shame. I just wish the Isuzu engine had a tuck to the DPF better, and that these would be a cracking car. What you can do, I suppose, is get one of those with the 1700 Isuzu engine, and for off-road use only, of course, get the DPF gutted out and removed, and you've probably got a really good car there. So yeah, that's what this is in for. It's going for MOT shortly, and there's nothing actually else in, I don't think. No, just like checks this afternoon. So I was going to actually ring the lass with the Micra, but I think she's at work or something. So if she isn't, I'll try and get her along so we can get that one checked a bit earlier. I can't be bothered to go back to the office. There is something else on my mind which is booked in, but I can't remember what it is. So we'll leave that there. Like I've said, it's a bit hit and miss, cutting in and out. I'll get this hopefully uploaded over the weekend. I have got the Berwick holiday video to upload, and I have got the Furious Driving car show to upload as well. I think everybody's enjoyed the Matthewson's one, the Thorntley Dale car show and stuff I went to, so I hope you all enjoyed that. I'm quite impressed with that. It's got over 500 views, and it's only been on since Sunday. That's really good, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, thanks for watching. That's this week's vlog. Like I said, next week might be a bit hit and miss, because on Friday it's quite a busy day, but I'm away at the White House Farm again in the caravan. I won't do a repeat recording on that, because it's the same as the one from a few weeks ago. So I'll be taking the caravan, on Friday, it's Thursday night, I'll be hooking the caravan up. Friday, first thing, 8 o'clock, taking the caravan up to Morpeth, dumping it there, and then coming back to work in about 10:30, so it'll be a bit of a busy day. Work on the Leon, that's pretty much it for now. I've got the tie rod and track rod and boot to do at some point, a CV boot, and I might do another oil. I might do that this afternoon. I might give it a quick run, warm it up and flush the oil out again, so it's got some fresh oil in. It's done 500 mile on the old oil. I think I might do another rechange on that. The Mercedes, the ML, the horn packed in on it, and it sounds like a moped. It sounds bloody awful. So I've got a new set of like high frequency horns ordered. So next week I'll have I'm bringing the Mercedes back here sometime the day I'm taking the Leon home, so it's there for tomorrow. Bringing the Mercedes here because I've got some work to do on the caravan, some silicon work. I'm not going to bother recording that, there's nothing really to see, and get the horns fitted to that next week, so I've got some proper horns again, because there's nothing worse when you're in a great big 2-ton Jeep with a caravan behind you and you toot the horn, it sounds like a flipping moped. It's really embarrassing. So I need some proper horns on that. So like I said, catch you on next week's vlog. I will be uploading some more stuff, so thanks. Please, if you enjoyed these, hit the like, leave a comment. If you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe. But remember, let us know your feedback. Do you prefer these bunched up weekly longer vlogs, or do you prefer the dailies? The dailies, I must admit, for me takes a lot more of my time, and I don't have time. This week I've been leaving the garage every night at 8 o'clock. I don't have time to sit every night and adding all the tags and doing all the rest of it. So I'll catch you next time. Bye.